Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's time once again to dive into that tense, terrifying, yet always terrific world of Rod Serling's Twilight Zone. This time we'll be watching episode 34 of the very first season, The After Hours. Now, friends, in the outro of the last one, Mr. Beavis, Rod Serling told us that we should be expecting something quite different in the after hours of, I believe, a department store with people that may or may not be entirely human. So again, that was the lead line, that was the tag, that was the tease, and Rod always likes to give us those, but they're never quite what we expect. And so, friends, I can't wait anymore to figure out what he's talking about, so wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a quick favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, it greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to journey into the Twilight Zone. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear, dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time once again to dive into the Twilight Zone as we watch episode 34 of the very first season, The After Hours. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! I don't know if I like the new beginning with the eye and the creeping bar. It's very 60s, but I don't know. I think I like the original one a little bit better.
Next stop, the Twilight Zone.
I mean, I don't dislike it, I just comparatively. Department store, Macy's, Bloomingdale's.
May I show you something? No. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
You're not looking for luggage? Hat boxes? It just amazes me. It's a light day today, everybody. You just need 50 extras. Look at that. Going through the entire floor.
What in particular were you looking for?
Thimbles. Gold thimbles. You had them advertised.
That would be specialties, ma'am. The 9th floor.
Okay. Everybody else is waiting for the elevator, too. No one else can jump in? So the 9th? There is no 9th. He said 9th, right?
Well, there were a whole lot of people waiting for the elevator. I seem to have a private one.
Well, this is an express elevator, ma'am. To the 9th floor. The others are all locals this time of day.
Locals? What the hell does
Express
that mean?
elevator to the 9th floor of a department store. Carrying Miss Marcia White on a most prosaic, ordinary, run-of-the-mill errand.
Aliens, maybe? There's no 9 on the dial. Roof. And beyond. Get out of town.
There must be some mistake. There's nothing here.
We'll see ya.
Miss Marcia White on the 9th floor.
Marcia.
Specialties department, looking for a gold thimble. The odds are that you'll find it. But there are even better odds that you'll find something else.
The Twilight
Because
Zone.
this isn't just a department store. This happens to be the Twilight Zone.
Was someone helping you?
Excuse me?
Can I show you something?
Oh, why, yes.
What do you got?
I was looking for a gold thimble. A gift from my mother.
A gold thimble. I think we have something you'd like.
Okay. What Marcia White was actually like looking for a gold thimble, and that's a code word for you're a member of fill in the blank organization, aliens.
How about this?
Oh, there it is.
It's 14 karat gold and quite distinctive looking, I think.
I like the lighting. They got a top light, got a hair light on her.
No, on second thought, I'll wrap it myself.
Miss, that's $22.80 plus tax. $25 even.
Oh, well, that'll help. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Now, that's odd.
What
What's
is
odd?
Marcia?
Well, you hadn't any merchandise here at all. Except the thimble. Except the very thing I needed. Oh, the whole floor, it looks so empty.
I never told you my name.
How did you know my name?
I've probably seen you around the store.
I come up on a floor that hasn't a single thing in evidence except what I'm looking for. Well, you may be a little more sophisticated than I am, but this I call odd.
Please come again.
Okay. Very
Miss
strange.
White.
That was her last name.
Are you happy?
I was before I came to the 9th floor.
Well, you'll forgive me, but that's really none of your business.
Really? It's none of my business.
She is sinister and a very good actor.
Suit yourself. It's none of my business.
Who are you?
Going down.
Also, initially, I thought the elevator operator was Bing Crosby. I am completely wrong, but I don't know. Does anyone else see that? His like half profile looked a little Bingish.
Well, did you find what you were looking for?
As a matter of fact, I did.
I'm gonna run screaming out of this place.
An extremely oddball sales lady somebody ought to look into. It's scratched and it's dented, too. Look here.
Complaints, 3rd floor. 3rd floor, complaints.
I'm gonna complain about you too for being a bit of a dick. Sloane Peterson.
Well, the problem is that the customer claims that she didn't get the item in gifts. She got it in another department.
Mr. Armbruster.
She has some idiotic story about having purchased a gold thimble on the 9th floor.
What do you know, Mr. Sloane?
I trust to inform the lady that this store has no 9th floor.
But she still insists that she was taken to the 9th floor and waited on by a rather odd woman. An odd woman yet.
This guy's great. I'm not sure why we need this scene though, but
I'll talk to her.
Yes. Well, she's waiting right outside, sir.
I was gonna say, Mr. Sloane, you're trying to get rid of all of this, but you probably should have just handled this. Mr. Armbruster is a bit verbose.
I was taken up to the 9th floor.
That's what makes it so difficult to understand. You see, we don't have a 9th floor.
I was waited on by a very odd woman. I paid cash.
Your receipt?
You didn't get one.
Well, there she is. There's a woman who waited on me, miss. Miss, I wonder if you'd...
I mean, yes, the mannequin bears a strong resemblance to her, but are we supposed to... that is absolutely her?
Well, what about this delusion of hers?
I don't know. I didn't talk to her. But she's resting now.
That's your job, Mr. Armbruster. Complaints.
Miss Pettigrew, did you hear me? We're closing up now.
Miss Keevers.
The guy that plays Armbruster's great. Okay, 6:30 was closing 6. So they forgot about her. Are we back on the 9th? No, it's just the complaint floor with everything taken care of. Marcia, let's get the hell out of here. Now, if you want to grab a couple extra things for your trouble, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to even look. Go right ahead. That'd be awesome. She just loots the place. They come back. What happened? I remember that woman with the damaged gold thimble. We've been sacked. Saks Fifth Avenue, another one. Oh, of course, this guy's going to be in there.
Please, I'm locked in here.
Can you get a phone?
Anyone? Please?
I mean, I'd straight up be busting through the door. The hell with this place. I'd never come back. And Marcia doesn't seem like a bad person. She's there buying something for her mom. She has to go through all this? What's the lesson learned here? Don't care for your parents? It's a dangerous stand, Mr. Serling. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's the elevator operator. That's really him, too. Cool. The mannequin they had at first, though, was really well done as far as, like, whatever the head sculpt was. But that was actually the actor, I think, on his back.
Marcia.
Yeah.
Marcia.
Marcia?
Yes. This is creepy as hell. I've never cared for mannequins, especially these.
Climb off it.
You remember Marcia?
Climb off it.
You know who you are.
Your high horse. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Maybe not an extension, go operator? They're asking a lot of her. This is a very silent episode, and that means the entirety of the focus, because of no distraction with noise, song, dialogue, you're completely focused on her, so she has to... Whoa, what the... Dude, come on, man.
Remember, Marcia.
No
Climb
way.
off it. Come on, dear. Marsha.
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 Marsha. Marsha.
The elevator's gonna open.
Marsha.
It's going to the 9th. Damn it. Damn it.
You'll forgive an observation, but you're acting like a silly child.
I'm flipped out, man. Oh, she's breaking. I would too. 100% would too. That's a guy right there. That's not a mannequin. Hey, everybody. Everybody's real. What is the one carrying... Oh, it's a skier. I see. It's the elevator operator. Hi, everybody. That is exceptionally off-putting.
Remember now? All of us will try and help you.
Is she one?
We'll help you concentrate.
Okay.
It's really odd, but suddenly I seem to...
Remember, coming back now, is it?
I'm a mannequin. That's what I am. I'm a mannequin. And it was my turn to...
Your turn to leave us for a month. Becoming much clearer now, isn't it? You left us for a month, and you lived with the outsiders.
Really?
But you were due back yesterday, and you didn't show up. You know, Marcia, that's very selfish, my dear. All of us wait our turn, and we simply do not overstay it.
Was the elevator operator the next one out?
It's my turn starting last night. I'm one day delayed already.
Okay, well.
When you're on the outside, everything seems so normal. As if we were like the others. Like the outsiders.
So strange.
I'll see you all in a month. Take good care of yourselves.
All right, we'll see ya.
Did you enjoy yourself, Marcia? Was it fun?
He's nicer now.
Ever so much fun. Ever so much fun.
She's gonna freeze. Wow, okay, so, I mean, very sinister. All right, Mr. Armbruster, you're gonna recognize...
Bonnie.
Because she's gonna be one of these mannequins.
Here. Break it up. Back to your post, girls. It's 9 o'clock.
There she is. You should have been like, back where you belong.
Marcia White in her normal and natural state. A wooden lady with a painted face, who, 1 month out of the year, takes on the characteristics of someone as normal and as flesh and blood as you and I.
Oh, wow.
Just who are the people we nod our hellos to as we pass on the street?
Hmm.
A rather good question to ask, particularly
In the Twilight
Zone.
All right, everyone, we just finished watching the 34th episode of the first season of The Twilight Zone, The After Hours, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished the 34th episode of the very first season of The Twilight Zone, The After Hours. I enjoyed this one. There was something about it, though, that I don't know if I was expecting a more sinister turn, or again, at the end, whenever you kind of figure out, oh, she's a mannequin, you know, I did just a couple beats before they actually said it. I was starting to think, oh my God, are they like turning real people into mannequins? Like, is this some type of like truly horrific thing where somebody would be like, you know, encased in plastic or something and, you know, be like this living, you know, mannequin that stood there for all time or something. But of course that was debunked. I would have liked to have a little bit more context into all, I mean, of course, Greg, you want more explanation from the Twilight Zone? Gee, why? Because you don't understand it? That's the point, bro. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But I think that it would have helped a little bit. You know, one, for the 9th floor, some real person in the department store needs to have to know about the ninth floor. You know what I mean? And it can't be the roof or some type of attic because there was no indication that there was any type of designated floor. So if that's the case, somebody needed to know about that, especially if that's where they all like hang out and things like that. One person like Mr. Sloan should have known. Like I wanted Mr. Sloan or Mr. Armbruster or one of those two to be like, good, you're back. You were a day late or something like that. Just so you're like, oh my God, they know about him. Or are they one of them? Is this whole effing place, mannequins? But again, we didn't get that. We received this kind of an interesting little like microcosm of a community inside the department store. It's a very odd twist for me. Not odd bad, odd like I wasn't expecting it. The Twilight Zone. But having this kind of communal group that adheres to certain laws 1 month out of the year. You get to go out into the world, be whatever you want to be, come back, and then somebody else goes out. I really like that. But again, it just begs the question, what's the symbolism there of the 1 month out of the year? And then you go out, you nod, you pretend to be somebody else. It was interesting, though, because I watched this the same day that I watched Mr. Beavis. And so both of these deal with identity and perception of identity in very different ways. With Marcia White, we had somebody that believed themselves to be one thing and then basically was reminded, no. That thing that you think you are, that person you think you are, you're not that, you're this. And then she says, oh, okay. Oh, I am that. Oh, how did I forget? Mr. Beavis is shown as, hey, you're this guy, but you really would benefit from being that guy. And Mr. Beavis goes, nah, I think I'll stay this guy. So it was a very interesting, I think these two definitely work together as a pair very, very well. I can see why they were kind of, whether it was coincidental or deliberate as far as their structure of, episode 33 to episode 34, that construction and that syncing up of those two works very, very well. But, it begs the question then at some point, because Rod usually provides us, whenever we have things that are a little too nebulous, meaning that we don't have a whole lot of exposition at the end, which is this one. We really had painfully little in the way of describing why these events took place, what prompted these events, is there some type of, what forces at work? We didn't get anything like that. So we have to rely on Rod's outro, and his narration is basically like, these people are walking around 1 month out of the year, and you nod to them. Do we really know who we are nodding to on the streets, or what we're nodding to on the streets, or who is who, or what is what, and again, making somebody a mannequin certainly helps in the ability to present them as humanoid and things like that. But to make them a mannequin too, by their very occupation of the mannequin, is a presentation of somebody that is among humans, that is dressing like a human, but it's not really a human. You know what I mean? And is ignored by the other humans that are around there. There's a lot to really dive into this one about. Again, it's an identity kind of problem, an identity equation that you have to fill in the variables for. What makes identity? What will make everybody else see you as the person that you see yourself? That is probably the big question in this one. The After Hours presents you with Marcia White, who seems to have a very vivid, very normal direction to her day. Get a present for my mom. And then it ends up she's somebody who she never thought she was or had forgotten that she was. And so in that perception of identity that it was only revealed in the dark of night, in the dream type of scape of the closed down department store, but in the light of day, she was Marcia White. And so in a weird way, it almost gives me like superhero vibes. You know what I mean? Where, Superman is Superman when he's flying around, but then he dresses up like Clark Kent, being the juxtaposition of the normal superhero. Bruce Wayne's Bruce Wayne. He puts on the cowl, becomes Batman. You could argue that he's Batman all the time because he's sort of fallen into that. But again, when he wakes up in the morning, he's not in his cape and cowl. He's Bruce Wayne. When Superman wakes up in the morning, he's Superman. And Clark Kent, he puts those glasses on. So I basically, looking at it through that lens of like a secret identity to a perceived identity, or the real to the fake, or the real to the mask, There's so many directions that you can take this episode, whether or not you want to put somebody who's truly, truly human in the role. Like, is Marsha White supposed to be somebody who is just wandering through their existence and not really knowing who they are, forgetting who they are, what they could be? Is it the loss of potential? A lot of times, like in Mr. Beavis, we saw that one. And so, you know what? This episode actually did something for me that again, of the weaker episodes, and which we've had painfully few. And again, it's all comparative because I don't think any of the Twilight Zone episodes are weak. I think that if you're going to rank them, you're going to have lesser episodes as you get down, for me anyway. But I think that the After Hours actually makes me appreciate Mr. Beavis a little bit more, if that makes sense. Because in that presentation of what and who you are, it was Beavis who said, "This is who I am." And Marsha White, even though she was a mannequin and was reminded of that and became the mannequin again, there's not that same type of resolution. There's not that same type of, as an audience member, when you think to yourself, oh, good, she's where she needs to be. Or Mr. Beavis is good, stand up for yourself, be yourself. And her being herself, she's like resigned to a fate. It's interesting. But that begs the question, if we all accept who we are we resigned to that fate? Damn you, Rod Serling. Well, after that, friends, I think I have to question whether or not I'm who I say I am and whether or not I want to be the person I think I am, or you think I am, or they think I was. I don't know how any of this goes. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time it's time to journey into the Twilight Zone. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length watch-along format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear, dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye from the Twilight Zone. And normally we say goodbye from a favored scene in our other series, because as the Greek chorus and we, the continuers of this tale, to other people who haven't seen it and say, hey, you should check out the Twilight Zone, our job is fulfilled as part of the narrative as we grow the audience. But friends, in this, the Twilight Zone, we don't say goodbye. We say goodbye in this one as a result of having watched The Twilight Zone. And so for this one, I will simply say this. When you are walking along, it doesn't have to be in a department store or a mall. Maybe you're online shopping. Who knows exactly where you are? Maybe it has nothing to do with buying retail. Maybe you just are. And in that moment that you are, the question goes out, what were you? And which was better? Who should you be? Are you a Mr. Beavis? Or are you a Marsha White? Friends, I'll let you decide that for you, because I am not sure who the hell I am, because I've just experienced the Twilight Zone. Until the next time we get a chance to jump into this fantastic world, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.